All right. After almost 3 weeks here, we're back. BullRing Banter podcast. Usually I say something about pit chatter, media and Race 22, but I don't even remember how I say it. It's been so long.
It's been a long 3 weeks.
It's been a long month. Leading into that 3 weeks, man, I tell you, it's been something. We're going to tell you all about it, though. It's that's what this podcast was made for, so that you guys could kind of get an inside look at everything Ararat BullRing and everything dirt track racing, for that matter, man. Start off, talk about. You didn't go, but I did. I went to Natural Bridge Speedway, dirt track up in Natural Bridge, Virginia. Awesome place. Man, and even more awesome today. They have done an exceptional job with that place. I talked about it last night on the live Pit Chatter podcast quite a bit. Man, they had 83 cars on the property, nearly 20 late models in 3 different late model divisions, and not 20 combined, 20 in each. Exceptional turnout. Place looked amazing. All that white paint looked good. Hoping we can, deliver something similar. I don't expect 83 cars, but that'd be cool too. I don't know where the heck we'd put them if we did, but either way, whatever. Anyways, so this is episode 6 of the BullRing Banter podcast. I done got, a minute and 40 seconds in and forgot what we were supposed to do to start this thing. Episode 6 of the BullRing Banter podcast. This one is sponsored by Buffalo Mountain Motorsports, which isn't just a race team. I think it is a race team, but it isn't just a race team. It's a car dealership, power sports, ATV, side-by-sides, dirt bike, accessories, everything you need right over there, right off the side of the Buffalo Mountain in Willis, Virginia, right there next to the Willis Village Mart. Is that the name of it?
It is.
Yep. So if you're looking for any of those things, you're looking for a car. My brother told me the other day that they posted like some sort of I don't know. He's into those Dodge trucks, so he's like, "Oh, it was generation number whatever." I couldn't even tell you. And man, it was a manual, and I was trying to get it, and it was gone in like 15 minutes. And they got great deals on vehicles, great deals on everything they have out there. So be sure to check out Buffalo Mountain Motorsports, BMMusedcars.com, I believe. And it's been so long I done forgot what the BMMusedcars.com. That's their website. Be sure to check them out for everything you need. Local racer owned, and he'll be racing with us this season, so be sure to check them out. Also, tonight's podcast, or today, or whenever you're listening to it, is sponsored by TC Construction. That is also the sponsor of the modified division, and Buffalo Mountain Motorsports is the sponsor of the late model division for this year. You can't really buy much of anything the way that they work on cell towers, so unless you're in that industry, you're not buying anything or getting them to do anything for you, I don't believe so. But huge supporters of racing, huge supporters of the Ararat BullRing this year, and we're glad to have them on board, and excited for what they can help us bring to the table.
I haven't met Travis Covey yet. Supports racing a lot.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of our stock 4 guys that plans to race with us, and he's like, yeah, I was talking to him, and he gave me what I needed to finish my car, just to have the car there.
And he doesn't just sponsor dirt cars. I mean, he sponsored David Duncan at Franklin County with us last year. I didn't even, I remember David Duncan telling me, "Hey, TC Construction, they're the ones helping me get here." I'm like, okay, all right. I didn't even know who that was. You know what I mean? But so glad that people like that, and people like Rob Favor from Buffalo Mountain Motorsports exist, and the other sponsor of the show tonight, Andrew's Mowing and Landscaping. Andrew Langford. I can't say enough about all of what he's done, and I'll tell you about all of what he's been through with us in the last few weeks as we go along with the show here. But super good. Him and his wife Brandy, super good people, and we're excited to have them on board and helping us as well.
They've definitely been a godsend to us at Ararat.
Listen, I told him the other day he didn't know what he was getting into when he sent me that text and said he wanted to help.
I have not even met Andrew yet, but I can't tell you how much I appreciate him.
Yeah, for sure. Well, with that said, kind of dive into everything here. Work's moving slowly. At times it is moving at a fast pace, and then, fires and weather and monsoon like weather, big T storms popping up, and man, just a little bit of everything. I mean, we've had a little bit of everything. Sickness, kept us at bay for a little bit. Not us, but somebody that was going to help us. And I don't know, man. It's been I never thought this was going to be easy, but I can't lie and say I didn't think it was going to be quite this hard. Not this part, anyways.
Looking at it, from the outside in, I mean, we've had more bumps in the road than the racetrack's got on it at the moment. and I know most of you don't know what I'm talking about, but the track's
we're not quite prepared yet.
Dismayed.
But we're just about there, and I think yes, it's going to rain Thursday. Tonight is Wednesday. We're 10 o'clock at night recording this thing on a Wednesday night, trying to just get back in the habit of doing this and getting you guys some information out there, because I've had a bunch of people messaging me and talking to me, man, what happened to the podcast? Where'd y'all go? Even people not necessarily associated with Ararat have been like, man, where'd the podcast go? I'm missing this.
I was at Franklin County Raceway Saturday for their season opener
on Speedway Lane. Yeah.
And one of the guys there, he's like, where's the BullRing Banter at, man? I've been missing it. Y'all need to get back on. Back on.
Yeah.
So, we're back,
Yeah, my co-host on the Pit Chatter podcast last night, he said that it's part of his regular schedule, and we have screwed him up for the last 2 weeks. And we apologize for that, for all of you guys, but It's been hectic and busy, and doing the Pit Chatter podcast, and now that we're doing it live, man, I'm just about all day Tuesday, trying to prep for that show and get my information right and type out all my notes and line up guests if we need them, and remind Noah that we're having a show, because it's Tuesday. But all of that has taken up a lot of time, and this show is going to take up a lot of time. We're going to move this thing eventually to being live. That is the goal.
That scares me a little bit.
I really wanted to. I wish I would have posted. Well, I don't wish I'd have posted it earlier, man. I had an interesting evening. So, but anyways, it's never a dull moment around us. We got our hands full. Kimberly, and we haven't even introduced who we are here talking, but I'm Langley Austin, this year's promoter, hopefully the future owner, promoter of Ararat BullRing. The other voice is my wife, Kimberly, and I've had her busy in the sweatshop. We own Race 22, and we've kind of turned, we've kind of evolved it into, it's not just media, but we're also doing T-shirts and hats and now flags and maybe even just custom tents and trailer covers, and I mean we've got everything. And she's been busy in the sweatshop making T-shirts and hats and can koozies and all of those things, and hoodies and all that stuff. So if you need any of that stuff, be sure to hit us up so I can keep her busy. I need to keep her busy. So it's
been quite interesting. I've got motocross coming now, and a bunch of different people. So Dirt guys, come on. We need your help too.
Well, I got one that we're getting ready to start doing. Actually, two. I mean, I've already started down the path on one and got another one I'm getting ready to get started on. And I just sent in, I had a guy order art last night, no, he didn't order it last night. He'd ordered it a little while back, but I got his pictures and stuff, and he's a road racer. So got a road racing person in on that. So listen, if you need any of that stuff, we can knock it out for you. And we're also going to open it up to where, especially if you're an Ararat BullRing racer, you'll be able to, put your merchandise. We'll put your merchandise for sale not only online on our race22.com, but we'll also put it in our souvenir slash snack shack.
The Suvi Snack Shack?
Yeah, at the track, so people can buy your merchandise there.
Which, speaking of, we've been doing a lot of work in there. I've got...
Nothing. You have been doing a lot of work in there.
Okay, I had a mouse in my pocket. I was trying not to tell nobody.
Yeah.
But got everything cleaned in there. Got the refrigerator cleaned out. Got all the spider webs out.
Yeah.
Got the floor cleaned up. Actually restained the floor.
Yep.
Put some...
amazing, $15 concrete stain we found, mistinted.
Found it on clearance for $15.
And it was even the color of dirt, so it worked out good.
It was the color of the dirt there. I bought some paint flakes to throw in it, just... when you have a dirt track and things are already dirty, it's going to look dirty no matter what. So, I just helped it to come alive a little bit. So
that's right.
The Suvi Snack Shack's coming alive pretty well. It looks really good in there.
Yeah.
Started on the concession tonight, so
yep.
I'm pretty excited. Things are coming along really good. I probably got another day or two, cleaning both concessions, but throw a little paint, do a little cleaning. I think things are going to look so good.
Yep. And since our last podcast, Kent Chrisley and Jamie Chrisley, mostly Kent. I mean, Jamie was there. He drove. He did a good job.
He was doing a good supervising job.
Moving the thing around. But they did a great job of getting most of the walls painted white.
Oh,
even though they're slightly stained now from, the rainstorms that we've had. But that's okay. That's going to happen. It's a dirt track, and it's all good. We got a little section turns 3 and 4 that we've still got to work on. We've actually got a little bit of work to do with the grader there before we go to paint that.
I mean, it looks a million times better than it did.
It changed the whole complexion of the infield. I mean, the racetrack portion itself.
It doesn't look like the abandoned little racetrack anymore.
No, it does not. It does not. So I'm excited about that. Excited to get some work done. Hopefully Sunday and Monday we're going to get a bunch of work done around there.
Yeah, the weather, it's going to rain tomorrow and Friday.
Yeah, and into Saturday morning, I guess, a little bit.
I'm hoping to be there, quite a bit over the next week, just getting ready,
Yeah, I'm getting ready to take me a air mattress and just sleep in the tower and spend my week or two here or there.
Will you take the kids with you?
Oh God, don't do that to me.
I will stay here and watch the dogs and run the sweatshop.
Yeah, that's that sounds like a great trade-off, except it's not. But whatever.
Sounds like a vacation for me.
Yeah. With all that said about the hiccups that we've had, and we've had a bunch. I mean, and I mentioned fire, skid steer caught on fire. Andrew Langford's skid steer. He's down there working. Said he felt a vibration, and then all of a sudden he pops the thing open and it's on fire. So luckily he had a bottle of Windex and put that thing out and got it fixed, I guess. And he's going back at it, but
luckily it wasn't an alcohol-based cleaner or something. Just.
Well, he said, I didn't know if it was going to make it worse or better. And, I mean, it worked out for the good there. So, I believe that's like ammonia-based or whatever Windex is. So,
they do have some ammonia-free now.
No, okay.
I know that you didn't know that, but...
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. But with that said, we're still on schedule. We are still shooting 100% to have practice on the 19th. And I'm hoping to have practice there on the 25th, the night before the 26th. Give you guys as much time and give ourselves as much time, man. I ain't gonna lie. My goal originally was to have practice March 29th. We've missed that goal by quite a bit. And then last week before the monsoon hit on Friday night, we were set, man. We were going to practice this Saturday. April 12th was going to be it. And
man, we had the guys working. Everybody was out there getting stuff together. It was looking great. Then the monsoon hits.
Yep. And we were just not far enough along to make that play to our advantage, but it is what it is. And we got a few things we still got to do. Got the water truck from Jimmy Watson Logging. Got it over there. It looks good. They got some decals put on there for Watson Logging. Looks really good.
Got the parking lot.
The parking lot's getting...
Gary bush hogged it for us.
Yep, getting ready to do some work up there with the skid steer to get it straightened out a little bit. I know I've seen some complaints about that, and I'm going to be honest with you. When I was there, I complained a few times about about killing myself out there walking around and driving around with ruts and everything. But it just comes with the territory, the way the property is. But we're going to work on that as much as we can. Hopefully, we get some loads of gravel and some different things in there, and maybe get some loads of gravel on the road and in different places. I'd like, we're, unfortunately, we're money's just going out and out, and it ain't coming in. But we're working toward, all these things, and I don't know if we'll have them all done by the first race, but we're going to have as many of them as possible by then. Got a bunch of Ararat BullRing flags. We showed you one of them there on Facebook today. I got, 30 of them, I think. I want to try to put them up all around the facility to make it look good. Been working on the PA a little bit. We've got FM transmitter installed there. Already tested it out. Some of the speakers that have been working, we got it on there. We got a few more speakers we've got to get working, but that FM transmitter is going to be a godsend for people like down in the pits where you can't really get a speaker down to. Hey, bring your radio, put your radio in your trailer,
truck.
And play it on your speaker there. Put your speaker in the trailer, and you'll know exactly what's going on the whole night. We're also working on. There's an app out there. I believe I told you about it last week or the week before. There's an app out there that we're trying to get set up on to where we'll be able to send notifications to you. Which, I'm smart enough to realize helps some of you, but doesn't help all of you, because if you have T-Mobile or if you have AT&T, you got pretty decent service there, and you can get notifications on your phone. If you don't, if you have Verizon or if you have U.S. Cellular or something like that, which U.S. Cellular is about to become T-Mobile, if you have that, you're not going to get our notifications. So we're going to try and have multiple forms and means of communication, and we intend to use Receiver, as well. I gotta order a couple of radios for that particular purpose.
That was something I was hoping that we would do.
Yeah.
I think Receiver helps.
Let me
a
tell
lot.
you. Let me tell you something. Okay,
and
I've always thought that. All right, but. After going to Natural Bridge, and I went last year, and I noticed, man, it was a very efficiently ran show. But Saturday, their opening night, opening night, you can look like a real monkey that play out there playing with some footballs, okay? And they did not. They look like the most well-oiled machine you have ever seen. Big pile up. They had 5 divisions and got over with, and I'm going to say, from the time the race actually started, 3 hours and 10 minutes, something like that.
That's amazing.
With those car counts, with 83 cars, and and they had a big pile up. They had a flip in another division. They had multiple things that could have just slowed them down. But man, Receiver is a godsend to these guys, and that we intend to use them and to require them and to have that in place. But obviously, you can have all that, and I can tell you to get all that. But if we don't figure out on our end how to make that work for us, then we're going to look like monkeys in footballs, okay? And we might. Opening night, we might look like a bunch of idiots, okay? Luckily, y'all already know we're asphalt idiots. And, we don't know everything about dirt, so we're probably going to screw it up for a little bit. But just hang with us. Just roll with the punches. We'll get it. I promise. I everything I've ever done in my life, I've figured a way to make it work, and maybe even better than others. But I don't know if I'm gonna get any much better than Natural Bridge. I'm telling you that I can't say enough good things about how that program was. That was not only the most efficient dirt track I've ever been to, that was the most efficient race event I've ever been to in my life. And they had a crap load of cars. And I've been to big events and little events and big touring series and little touring series and big racetracks and little racetracks. And I'm telling you, Natural Bridge was amazing. I can't sing their praises anymore.
And their social media is killing it.
They are doing a great job.
Like I watch them on TikTok and I follow them on Facebook, and I aspire to be like them. What her Amanda Bradley.
Yep.
She is hands down doing a wonderful job.
Yep.
Her and her team is just putting in the effort, and it is showing.
Yep, it is for sure, and the place looked amazing. I said that earlier, so I could praise them for the next 2 hours, and you'll find I'm not here to just talk about Ararat. I'm gonna tell you about With Raceway. Had some conversations with Perry Brown. I intend to have him on the show, on this particular show, in the next few weeks, maybe once we go live. And I'm intending to go to Princeton on Friday night. Weather permitting there. Planning to go there to Princeton for their opener. And I went on a learning mission to Natural Bridge this past weekend. And I tell you what,
Princeton has been on it with their social media too. They're with their juice boxes.
Giving them away.
I mean, I just fell in love with that idea.
Yeah, well, I like it, and we need to do, more things like that. But we got plenty. We're getting rolling here, and we'll get things figured out for our deal, and hopefully, right now my focus is Sunday and Monday, because if Sunday and Monday this week don't go right, then me saying we're on schedule is not going to work. Okay, so but we'll see what happens. You just never know.
Sunday and Monday I plan to have my concessions done by Monday.
Yeah. Because I can't be there Tuesday. I've got to focus on the Pit Chatter podcast. I'm hoping to build that brand into something, so I definitely can't be there Tuesday.
Well, I
but
can
Sunday
definitely
and Monday,
be there Tuesday,
I'm focused up. So, let's see what else. Talk to the water truck thing. I about didn't finish there. Y'all gonna figure out I'm ADHD brain. I mean,
squirrel.
There might be a squirrel coming by, and we might start talking about it for the next 30 minutes.
Or there might be a monkey.
That's a good inside joke there. Anyways, the water truck. Jimmy Watson brought the water truck over for us, and I believe Blue Ridge Truck Service Center. I believe they're going to bring a wrecker out Sunday or Monday, so we can put the tank on there and get it all bolted up and fixed up. And I think it's got a couple holes, and Gary, I believe, is going to fix that for us.
Flex tape, here we come.
Lord Jesus. But we'll get the tank put on, and then we're ready to prep the racetrack.
Then I can water the racetrack.
Oh God!
I'll shoot some live video. I mean, it'll be cool.
Yeah.
Since I don't have my pack car yet.
We're not looking to wreck the water truck, okay? Another thing that, I'm sure you're excited about, been talking to Rob Favor from Buffalo Mountain Motorsports. He may have us a pack car, which is something I've been searching for, man. I've been searching Marketplace. I'll tell you what, cheap cars don't exist anymore.
Marketplace has been awful. Like, I have looked, I'm like, man, if I could just find me one pack car, just one, just be half running decent. Nope, nothing.
Now, I will say, I am looking for another water truck, too. So, if anybody out there's got anything or knows where something's at, let me know. I missed a good one the other day, man. Perfect. It had 2 steering wheels. You could drive it from the passenger side or the driver's side. You could go from either one.
So, it's like a mail truck, water truck.
Yeah, sort of. It was old and cool as crap, and I hate that I missed it. It was a buddy of mine had it, and I don't know why. It was 3 days before I seen it. That he posted it the first time, and then he reposted it, and I seen it about 14 hours later, and by 14 hours later, it was gone. But I'm going to find one here soon and get that. So I want to have 2 water trucks there in case one breaks down or in case we need both of them because it's, good hot weather or whatever during the middle of the summer. So pack car, I think we got that figured out at least for one of them.
I'm so excited. I just got to say, I still haven't been on the I have not drove on the Ararat BullRing yet.
Yeah.
And man, wouldn't it be something if my first laps was in my pack car, pretty and pink? Man, that would be exciting. I have dreams.
Yeah, well. Yeah. Okay, so... Let me tell you, I've been a little bit, I've been trying to post as much as possible to Facebook especially. And I want to do TikTok, but I don't have a lot of videos and I don't have a lot of things yet. I need to go steal some, Ararat footage from YouTube from back a couple of years ago. But, people weren't shooting, cool videos back then. So,
Yeah,
don't
like-
have as much stuff.
And I've been shooting photos and stuff, and I want to put them into like a slideshow,
Yeah.
but I want videos to make like cool TikToks with.
Right.
We just ain't got there yet.
Right. No, we ain't got there yet. We ain't got nobody on track yet, so I'm focusing on that. But I'm gonna be cranking up the social media posting tonight on the way back. We were putting out some of our yard signs, so you'll see our yard signs around.
Oh,
They
that
say
was a
racing
humorous
is
trip.
back. That was a humorous trip. Oh man,
Langley out on the side of the road cussing his yard signs.
a couple of them. I mean, those were the crappiest.
Man, that should have been. I should have been videoing for our TikTok.
Those were the crappiest frames for yard signs. Now they're not. The yard signs are nice.
The signs themselves are nice.
Those frames are, and they're always pieces of crap. But these are some real pieces of crap right here. They were all jacked up.
We had one fly out the back of the truck.
Going down the parkway.
We had to back down the parkway and get it.
Lord have mercy.
It was amusing. It was an amusing.
And then I think my crankshaft sensor went bad right as I rolled into the convenience store about 10 miles from home. It just started running like crap, and
we rode 40 miles an hour. all the
oh
way
my
home.
God, yeah, it was terrible. It was a terrible experience. But you know what? It's what you think about. Look back at life. Those experiences. That's what you remember, and it's fun. And they listen. The fire on the skid steer, and the weather messing us up, and the sickness keeping people that supposed to work at bay or going to help us at bay. We'll remember all that. But man, we'll feel so much better when everything's done.
Remember that
those will be
first
good
year
memories.
when we were trying to get going and couldn't get nobody at the track, and the skid steer caught on fire, and we had monsoons every day. Yeah, those are the memories.
Yeah. So, but go back and say this again. We're still on schedule. I want to stress that. But I will tell you that when I come back to you next week, I may be telling you something different, or I may say, hallelujah, we're still on schedule.
We're going to be saying, praise Jesus. We are finally on the track, and we are finally on track to where we need to be, and everything is going smoothly.
Yeah. This has been a rough time, and I don't mind telling you guys that. I've stressed about it. That's one of the reasons why I hadn't done the podcast the last 2 weeks. I was mad, I didn't get stuff done. I was like, what the hell am I going to talk to you guys about? What am I going to say? I got my thumb up my butt. We're not getting anything done, and hope to see you soon. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. I didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? I didn't want to talk. We're on the Pit Chatter podcast, and people bringing up Ararat on there, and I don't want to talk about that either. At the moment, I was like,
several times I said, "Hey, are we going to do this Ararat podcast?" And you're like, we'll do it another day."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Man, I just got the snack shack all cool and everything," and you're like, "Nah, we'll just do it another day."
That wasn't enough for me to talk about. I'm telling you, I've been stressed to the max, but it'll all be worth it when we get to opening night. Like I said, we're still on schedule for the 19th, hoping to add another practice on the 25th, and then, man, hopefully we'll be jazzed up and ready to go on the 26th with some decent car counts. I'm hearing, talking to racers. That's one thing I'm excited about. It sounds like we're going to have some pretty decent car counts in just about every division, even the Crown Vics. I got Crown Vic guys, Jones in the practice right now. So
that is awesome.
One, he keeps messaging me. He's like, "Hey, are y'all ready? Can I come practice?" Just hold up, bud.
We got jumps in the track right now.
I mean, right now you can go, be a rally car if you want to. But hopefully Sunday and Monday we'll have all that squared away, and we're trying to fix a spot in the track that has been a problem in the past, and we're trying to, make it a little better as we go here. And we still got a lot of stuff we'd like to get accomplished there, but we're to the point where we can. We hopefully Sunday and Monday we're to the point to where we can practice and race, and finish all the little details. Then usually it's the little things that stress you out. This time it's been the thing. The elephant in the room,
right.
The elephant on the property is the racing surface, and that's where we've been jacked up.
And I've pretty much got everything else under control. I've got my concessions in the works. I've got Snack Shack done. The bathrooms are almost done. I've pretty much got everything else under control, and it's that one, the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
the one in the middle.
Yep. It's made it difficult for sure. It's made it difficult to focus on all the little things too. I've been at home and trying to get things done and ordering things that I need, and and last night I was looking. I think I might have been watching a TikTok from some, racetrack in South Carolina, if I remember correctly. Maybe Cherokee. Maybe it was Dixie in Georgia. I'm not sure where it was. But they were talking about safety glasses. I said, safety glasses? What the hell you need safety glasses? I come from asphalt. You don't need no damn safety glasses. There ain't no asphalt hitting you in the face or nothing.
No.
Hey, I ordered some. Last night. They'll be here Monday, I think. So we'll have safety glasses in the old snack shack, Sufi shack. Got some earplugs ordered. I think I probably already got some, but I got some ordered, and they'll be there. We got T-shirts being made. You got all the stuff to do it. You just ain't got all of them done yet. Got a bunch of hats done.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of different hats done, and
yeah.
I'm really excited with the way the hats look. And now that I've got all the stuff in for the T-shirts that I need, and I've shipped a couple out to a couple different people that's ordered them.
Yeah, we've had some people order them.
They look hot.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got stuff for kids.
Yep.
We've got stuff,
And we'll have even more stuff for kids once we get going with the season.
Yes.
So I got a bunch of stuff. I showed you some today.
Yep.
That I'd like to do. I've even thought about, I've been working on, I just ain't found the right vendor yet. I've been working on trying to do like our little kids bull, which people may or may not even know what we're talking about. But if you've seen the kids shirt design, then it's like it's a little mean looking, but it's cute bull instead of like our really mean looking, adult bull who would trample over you. This one would try to, but it wouldn't succeed. And but making it into a like a teddy bear, a plush,
that
animal.
would be awesome.
Putting the Ararat, BullRing around its neck. That's the kind of things we're working on. I'd like to get some blankets made before we get too far into racing season.
Yeah, and I hope to have a couple, going into the first race. It might not be, enough, and it might be 80 degrees outside.
Yeah.
But I hope to at least have, something for you guys to look at and say, oh, man, that's really cool. Southern National does blankets.
Yeah.
And they're pretty big for their Thanksgiving Classic. And, when I came home and told you about them, I'm like, man, we really got to get these for the fans. They are so neat.
Yeah. Well, that's more stuff for you to do in the sweatshop. So, and don't just do one or two. We need more than that. Okay.
Well, I only have 2 at the moment.
I got to order you a case, but we got a bunch of stuff in the works, and I got kids flags with the little bull on it and the logo, and like I said, I got all those flags to hang up, and got some feather flags coming in to dress the place up, and we got paint to dress the place up, and we got to get more paint for the concession stand and some other buildings there. I've got a feeling that the concessions of the top buildings, the concession stand may be the only one that gets painted before the first race. I just got a feeling that's going to happen, but maybe we'll get further along than I think. We got a lot of days here. I mean, we're running out of days, but we still have a lot of days, weather permitting.
And I'm going to call in a couple friends to come and help too. If I can't get them to help me.
Yeah, well, we're going to need them. So, another thing, if you want to be a part of it, sponsorship's still available. Got a few divisions still left to sponsor. You can already see by the things we posted on Facebook and how we've done it. We're pushing out our sponsors hard, and this show pushing them out hard. We push you out hard. If you got a business and you want to be a part of it, it don't cost $1 million. You can get involved for relatively cheap, or you can spend some good money and get really involved. It just depends on what you want to do. But we'll get you involved. So we got some sponsorship available. I'd like to get banners and stuff done before the first race, and I got some printing I'd like to print up that'll include sponsorship and sponsor logos and all that stuff. So hit me up as soon as you can. You can find out everything you need to know about the racetrack on araratbullring.com. And my contact information's on there as well. I believe yours might be too. I can't remember what I put on there, but also going to try to get this show back on schedule. Like I said earlier, we'd like to go live maybe before our first race. And I'd like to get a couple guests coming up in the near future. So I'm going to work on all that.
That'd be awesome to have, a couple guests.
Yep.
Bring other people in too that.
Yeah. Well, I've got 3 racers that are sponsors that, would be great guests to start with already.
Absolutely.
I mean, all great from different, backgrounds. Andrew Langford's 604 guy, been running, with American Greats and at Natural Bridge and some different places, Friendship and all. And then you got Rob Favor, who's, got multiple cars and ran a bunch of different places. And, Travis Covey's got a modified, and, him and Cambridge Gann, teammates. And, really speaking of Cambridge Gann, really appreciate him and Nick Roberts, on their podcast on the Backstretch. Be sure to check it out on
We watch
Facebook.
them every week,
Yep.
and every week they are throwing out Ararat.
Always talking about the Ararat BullRing. So we appreciate
awesome bunch
that.
of guys.
Appreciate that a lot. And but anyways, we got to get this show back on schedule, and that was the goal. Yeah, I told you I didn't want to do this show tonight. Even I mean, I still didn't want to talk about it. I still feel like I'm in a spot where I'm stressed out and I don't want to talk and I don't want to do it. But I was like, you know what, we got to get on here. We got to get the ball rolling again. I've kind of, and I knew that was going to happen. When you come out in January and your race is in late April, I knew there was going to hit a lull at some point where our social kind of went down, and I was hoping the podcast wouldn't, but it is what it is. So, but we're here, we're back, hopefully on point from here on out.
I'm just glad we got you back talking. Like, even tonight, you're like, well, I'll be ready when you are.
Yeah.
And
I didn't want to do it.
Nope. So I made my way to the office. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. Well, good thing. So y'all can thank her for getting this back on. Noah will be happy. Okay.
At least we got Noah.
I mean, I don't know if anybody else will give a crap, but Noah will be happy. So, no, there's a few other people that asked me about it. So
we
sure
got a couple
people,
fans. Don't just single Noah out. We got a couple people.
Yeah, we've had some good. I think from our viewership that I've seen, especially on the podcast platforms, I think we're in the 175 to 250, listener range, and I don't mind saying the numbers out here. But that's not bad.
I mean, we are brand new. We are fresh.
I mean, this is episode 6, technically 7, but we're pushing stuff out there, and hopefully getting it back on track and getting it live will really up the viewership, because we'll continue to put it on the podcast platform for those people. It'll be on YouTube live, Facebook live, and really can start getting the word out there and getting guests on, and
that means people can comment in, right?
Hey, it'll be great. It'll be great. So and I had a lot of questions and a lot of things in the on the Facebook page, people, sending in, questions. Been trying to answer those as quickly and as efficiently as I can. And,
And even on the Pit Chatter podcast, several people have went over there. Where are you guys at? And they've started asking questions over there. So I know that there's people that's listening to us.
And we're going to talk more about, Ararat on the Pit Chatter podcast when, we're actually doing something, when, we're not sitting over there with our thumbs up our butt. So, that's how I felt. I really did. But, all right, I got to shut up.
You and your thumbs tonight.
Yeah, they stink. So, anyways, anything else? Have I missed anything? Do I need to go over anything else?
I don't think so. I think that we've covered everything we've had our hands in.
I mean, as you can tell, we're raw and real. I mean, I'm not holding anything back from you. Everything that I know is there. Yep, we've not done a good job the last 3 or 4 weeks, and weather's played a role, and fires and sickness and everything else, and we're way off schedule in the background, but we're still on schedule as far as practice and racing goes. And hopefully, when we come on here next week, I'll be able to tell you, hey, we're still on schedule and we're ready to go, and the Ararat BullRing is ready to open. And if not, I'm gonna be real pissed off, and it's not going to be a good situation. So
I think we're going to be good this week.
But, I've always been this way. You kind of back me in a corner, and I'm a whole lot better. I do a lot, and I've backed myself into a corner here.
You definitely come out swinging. When we back you in a corner, you come out showing us what you're made of.
Yeah, well, so anyways, I'm raw and real and telling you too much, so I got to get the heck off here. That, I guess that'll do it for episode 6 of the BullRing Banter podcast. Check us out on your favorite podcast platform, wherever you're listening to this. Be sure to check us out on whatever you want to listen to us on. We're on pretty much everything: YouTube, Spotify, Apple, whatever else. I don't know. There's several other things. I don't know what. That's all the things I listen on. So I don't know. But they were on all this scrap stuff.
I listen to them on my YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I know the kids enjoy listening back. They hear my ignorance. I have to mute it when I say something that I don't want them to hear. So
Yeah, I'll see you grabbing for the remote real quick. I'm like, what are you doing over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need to hear all this.
They get the Pit Chatter one live now, so I don't know if I can't mute it. So.
Well, you got on to me because I was napping while you were doing the podcast. And you're like, you need to be watching my podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, I use you for feedback, so yes, I need that. You know what I mean?
So we watch it raw and live.
Yeah.
Whatever may come out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, barking like seals or whatever. If you haven't checked out the Pit Chatter podcast, be sure to do so.
It is a good time.
It's very entertaining. Whether you like our dumbasses or not, it's very entertaining. Whether you like asphalt racing, you'll probably like the conversations that are around it. So, anyways, and it's not just asphalt, it's dirt, asphalt, dirt, whatever. I mean, you never know what we're liable to be talking about. So
it's just racing.
Anyways, thanks our sponsors, Buffalo Mountain Motorsports, TC Construction, and Andrews Mowing and Landscaping. We're out.